leaving Melbourne. We've picked up a few germs, so we got a bit of the nasally voice this morning, but that's okay because it's just a travel day today. We're not going to probably do anything other than stopping for toilets, etc. So today our plan is to travel to Warrnambool. It's about 3.5 hours from where we were staying out at Dandenong. And the plan is to check out the showgrounds, obviously a bit cheaper, and the greyhounds are racing tomorrow night, so we'll probably stay there for 2 nights so we can experience that, and also so that tomorrow we can go and check out the second half of the Great Ocean Road. A few weeks ago we only made it to, actually a few months ago now, we only made it to Apollo Bay, which we love, but we didn't go any further because it was a bit tricky with Boston. And at that point we were staying at Geelong, so we were just getting a bit too far away without the caravan on. So this time we'll go further and work our way back a little bit just with the car on the Great Ocean Road and do the Apostles and all of that stuff. So we've done that before as a couple, but we haven't done it with Boston, so that'll be a nice experience. And yeah, hopefully the dogs are a bit cool as well. Trev's voice is a bit more nasal than mine, so you just have to listen to me. But yeah, we'll let you know how it goes. Long travel day today, but that's okay. We don't often do more than 2.5 hours, so it will be a little bit longer, but that's okay because we can just set up and we don't have any plans for today. We'll do some things tomorrow though. Check back with you then.
And we've made it to our next destination. We are at a free camp on the side of the Princess Highway in, I don't know how to say the suburb, but it's Panmure, P-A-N-M-U-R-E. It's on the side of the highway just as you're coming into town, and it's actually quite good. It's a good little camp. It's got toilets, barbecue. It's even got a swimming hole on the other side of the motorway. You can see here with a diving board. And I'll show you the other side when we get back over there. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll get the drone up and get a bit of footage of sort of the layout of this area. If you get here reasonably, I don't know, lunchtime-ish, you'll get a spot that's on like nice lush grass, and I'll throw some photos in here of what our spot looked like. And even if you get here late afternoon, I reckon you'd probably nab one. But if you didn't, there's a big area down the bottom for like a bit of a gravel pit that you could park on if you needed to. Definitely an overnighter or a couple of nights. We're going to do a couple of nights here because we're going to head out, as Nikki said earlier, to the 12 Apostles, Port Campbell. So we're going to head out there, do a bit of a day trip, and seems pretty good here. So we're going to leave the van, just lock it up a bit and leave it here. So yeah.
So today we're off to Gibson Steps, which is on the Great Ocean Road. You are able to walk down them to access a better view, or a different view, of the Apostles. So we'll be doing that today. We bought a carrier, a Kathmandu carrier. We got it off Marketplace though, which was great. Big bargain to put Boston in, because we just found in Tassie that he couldn't do much of the walking and we wanted to keep exploring and we just couldn't. So we're going to try that out today. He loved it when we road tested it, but we need to actually do a proper bit of walking in it today. I don't know that it's actually like a big walk today, hey, but it's more just like steep steps.
Yeah, it's just steep. I think I read on the internet it's 86 steps or something.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So which sounds really easy, and it would be on the way down, but on the way up, I think the steps up to, where did we go the other week? The neck at Bruny Island, I think that was only like 40 steps.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was puffing pretty hard after that.
That was windy and we had to carry him. It would be a bit different in a carrier because it disperses the weight a bit better, I
hopefully.
reckon.
And I've
We'll
probably
see.
lost a kilo since then.
Maybe. Alright, so we'll let you know how that goes. Alright, so we made it to the Gibson Steps.
And it wasn't that bad.
No, it really wasn't.
We didn't think it would be that bad.
We'll pop in some footage, but it really isn't that extreme. As an example, there was an elderly gentleman with a walking stick doing it, and he was fine. There's
Yeah.
really good handrail and everything, so...
It was a bit sandy and slippery,
Yeah, but if
so
you
if
just
you use
hold
a
on...
handrail, you're sweet. But
Yeah.
yeah, recommend it. It's fairly easy.
We got here nice and early, so it's nice and quiet. That's probably why we look a bit like this. And it is a bit glary because it's a bit overcast / not overcast, what's the word? Like foggy
But it's worth
this
it.
morning.
Have a look in the background here.
Yeah, look at this. Pretty cool.
So we've just made it to the 12 Apostles Lookout, and we've just been down into the lookout section. But I just come back up the top to talk to you. There's 1,000 people down there. Yeah, we got lucky today. The weather's awesome, and as you can see in the background there, they're shining. But yeah, super easy walk. 10 minutes maybe. Go under a tunnel under the road, brings you back up on the other side, and yeah, super easy. Boston did it himself. You could bring a pram if you really wanted. You could even, would you say you could do a wheelchair, Nick? Yeah, to this point you could do a wheelchair, but then there's some steps that go further down. This kid wants to kill himself, but crazy. Yeah, so I recommend doing it, definitely. It's at Port Campbell National Park, just on the end of the Great Ocean Road. We've come in from the Warrnambool end, and yeah, look at this. This is insane.
Can you turn and look at Mom? Risky play. Watch where you're going.
Stop.
Stop.
Turn, yeah.
Ta-da!
And then you say, ta-da.
Cheese.
Jump off. So we've just officially made it into South Australia. Wasn't that bad. It was an easy run today. We just wanted to try and get a spot here where we could park in front of the sign, and there's heaps of room. You just got to sort of swing it around a post and stuff. But yeah, it's exciting. We've both never been to South Australia, so everything's going to be fresh for us. And I look forward to taking you guys with us. So hope you're ready for some York Peninsula content, some Adelaide content. We're looking at going to a bit of the Eyre Peninsula before we double back and go up the centre.
Where are we? We're at South Australia. Woohoo!
Dino up here.
So we're on our way to Mt Gambier, and we knew we needed water, so we've pulled up at a place called, I think it's Dartmoor, and they've got a natural spring here that you can get water off. Have a look at this. It just runs constantly and feeds back into the river system. I haven't tried it yet, but they reckon this is like some of the freshest water you can get, so we're looking forward to having that, and I'll let you know if it does make us sick, but I don't think it will. It looks pretty wicked, so we're going to fill up the tanks with that, and I'll fill up the jerrys in the car, and we'll be on our way. I think we're only about 50 or 60k out of where are we going? Mt Gambier anyway, so we'll be there shortly. All right, cheers.
We're just off to the Umpherston Sinkhole, if I'm saying that right. If you get the chance to come here, make sure you have a big smell, because it smells like camphor wood, and if you're anything like me and you have big smell memory, that just smells like mum's house, grandma's house, and it makes you just miss home, but it's a happy memory, so that's good. Anyway, I'll let you know what the sinkhole's like.
Not bad. A lot bigger than I thought it would be, actually. We're just at the top end of it, and there's like, so I was just reading one of the information signs over there, and there's a couple of pine trees here that they were the original. If you look at these two pine trees on the back there, they were the original pine trees of the residents of James Umpherston, or however you say it.
Aston, maybe?
So these pine trees line the driveway. So his house used to be in where the mill is there. So they extended the mill and took the house down. But yeah, really cool.
Here's what that beautiful smell was. And there's a little, I wouldn't say park, but a couple of swings up the top of the sinkhole, which is pretty cool. All done. So it's Saturday morning tomorrow, so we're really hoping that there's no game on, because we've parked right behind the posts. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Mommy.
We've got it on good, what's the word? We've got it on good knowledge.
Yeah, good knowledge.
Got it on good knowledge.
Yeah.
That there'll be a cricket game on tomorrow. Not good.
Hope it's under 10s.
Not good.
Just here in, I don't actually know where we are. We're outside of Mt Gambier. I'll just put this on mute here. I've got a little bit of everything going on.
Top one.
Oh, you're doing this? Okay. So we're just outside of Mt Gambier at an AFL field. And I've just created myself a little position here for the Saturday afternoon football. And what can I say about this place? So it's a donation camp. So I don't know what you guys think's fair for a donation, but we normally do about $10. So donation camp, it's got a water tap, it's got a dump point, it's got plenty of room, and you pretty much just camped right around the AFL field, and it's super super level, wouldn't you say, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super level. Like, we haven't got any leveling ramps out or anything. Heaps of space, green grass. They look like they maintain it well. They mow it all the time. On Wiki Camps, they said there was a few, like, the loud traffic. It's not loud traffic. I mean, I don't normally hear the traffic, but it isn't loud traffic at all, honestly. There's hardly any traffic happening. But you are next to the Princess Highway, but you can't hear it, honestly. I think it's because the town, you have to go 60, so they slow down anyway. About 15 minutes out of Mt Gambier, we've been doubling back in and out. Woolworths, and they had a bit of a festival on yesterday, which we went to. I'm not sure if we got any footage of that, but if we did, I'm not sure where to look. There's so many cameras.
He'll be all over it. It's paparazzi.
So yeah, after this, we're going to start heading towards Robe and Beachport before we make our way up into Adelaide. Hoping the weather gets a bit better. We're copping a bit of, not rain or anything, just cloud and like low temperatures. We've had jumpers on all day. It's top of 19 or something. So we're hoping a bit of goodness comes out of the weather here. I do have some drone shots from this morning. The weather was really epic this morning, so I'll chuck in some drone footage of this morning with some mist and stuff. I just noticed our water over there. We got that from Woolworths, and the reason we got that is I said there was a tap here. We've been using the water for washing and stuff, but one of our mates that was staying here said that the water just tasted a bit funny, so we went down the Woolworths and got that. It was $3.50 for a 10 litre cask, like a wine cask sort of situation, which I think is really good. 35 cents a litre. I wish petrol was 35 cents a litre, to be honest. But yeah, it's really good. I've never seen those before, so I think we'll continue to do that if we're in a place that has dodgy water. But yeah, I'll check back in with you when we're leaving tomorrow.
Morning.
Hey.
So I'm a bit excited today because we're off to a place called Penola. For those of you that don't know Penola is where Mary MacKillop got her big start and her school, and a lot of the origins are in Penola for Mary MacKillop, Australia's first saint. So I'm really excited to learn a bit more about the area. I've got a little bit of an understanding because, for those of you that don't know, I teach in a little Catholic school. So I'm super interested to put a place to the name, I guess. Are you excited about it?
Yes. I don't know much about it, but I'm happy to go along for the ride.
Be a good learning journey. A really good tip I got from a beautiful person at school is just to take a lot of pictures, especially of the information plaques, which I've been doing since she said to do that, because Boston doesn't really allow for a lot of reading and a lot of slow museum type stuff. So I've been doing that since my friend told me that would be a good idea, and that's what she used to do. So I'll be doing that for sure here.
You read it at a later date.
Yeah, exactly. Read it in bed tonight. So apparently this place is wheelchair friendly, so we'll put Boston in the pram as well, so that will allow for a little bit more focus for us, and then he can explore towards the end once we've sussed it all out.
Yep.
So we'll take you along to Penola today.
And what's the plan after Penola?
Then we'll probably go to Tantanoola Caves, which is also just outside of Mt Gambier in South Australia. Because, not that it says that this is the #1 cave in the area, but this is the most toddler friendly with a pram access, which again will allow us to listen to the information a bit more and get a bit more out of it. But it's meant to be amazing, so we'll take you along for that journey too. And we're going to run a few errands, going to try and get a library card while we're here, which is always great because we do get to give the same books over and over. Tassie was really, really great for that because you could just borrow from any library and return to any library. So it's a bit ambiguous on the South Australian Library website, but I'm going to go in and ask in person what their plan of attack is, because we are keen to borrow some new books.
And then we're going to find a camp for the night. We don't know where we're going. We're heading towards Robe and Beachport and Kingston and places like that. That might not be the correct order, but we're heading that way. It just depends on, there's so many factors we don't know. The weather's not real great. we're still drugged up.
It's very overcast.
And I think you'd love to be by the beach in the sun. So, but if we hold off too long, we'll be rushing to get to Adelaide. So, yeah, it's a bit of a funny game.
Double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. But yeah, so after we do all those things and you see all those, we'll show you the camp for tonight.
We'll see where we end up.